Hello guys, welcome to another session. In this session, we are going to look into letter spacing and line heights. So let's jump into the Visual Studio Code to understand this topic. So we are into the Visual Studio Code. Now what we will do, we will execute this HTML page and we will look into the output, how this HTML page look like without applying the CSS, and then we will write the CSS file which is attached with this HTML file, and then we will understand that what actually letter spacing, word spacing and line height are. So let's run this file. So how you can run it, you can select this file, press F1, select the first option, then it will open in browser. So this is the output we are having without applying the CSS. So in this exercise we are going to learn that how we can provide a spacing between the letters and also a spacing between the words and the line height. So let's go to the Visual Studio Code. So we are into the Visual Studio Code, and so here you will find that what actually the letter spacing means. That means how much space we want to give in between the letters. So how we can achieve that, we will look into that. Then afterwards we will look into that how we will provide the word spacing while designing the web page, and then also how we can provide the spacing vertically, that means line height, so that it will be more readable. So we are going to use the tag. So for that reason we are going to use tag selector. So how we can use tag selector, we are going to use p tag, and here we are using it as a selector, and then we are specifying the font size. First we will specify font size, that is 14 pixel. Now let's provide the letter spacing. So to provide the letter spacing, write letter spacing, and how much pixel we can also provide in pixels. So let's do it. So let's provide it 12 pixel first. Let's see what's the output we are getting. Save it. Let's jump into the browser. So here you will find that this way you can provide the letter spacing, but it is not readable. So let's try with some smaller number. So just try with 2 pixel. Save it. Go to the browser. So this looks better than earlier one. So this way you can provide the letter spacing. Now let's proceed further and look into the word spacing. For word spacing, instead of letter we can use word. Save it and give it 10 pixel first. See how it is coming. So here you will find that spaces between the words is 10 pixel. So we can use the smaller value. 2 pixel would be better. Save it. Let's jump into the browser. So it looks more readable over here. Now we understand that word spacing. We will proceed further and look into the line heights, that is a vertical spacing. For vertical spacing we are going to use something called line height. So here you will specify the value. Suppose if you are providing 14 pixel, then you will not find any difference because your font size is 14 pixel and that is already been taken the space. So you will not see much difference if you are using 14 pixel. So let's look into that. So here you will find that there is no difference because your font size is 14 pixel and it is taking the 14 pixel line height which is already being applied. So that's the reason you are not seeing any difference. So we will try with greater value more than 14 pixel, or we can use relative height in the form of m instead of pixel. So first we will try with the larger value of the pixel and then we will try with m so that it will take the relative value. So here we will tell that line height we are going to use 28 pixel. Now you will see the difference, and see here it gives us the 28 pixel spaces between the lines vertically. So this is the absolute way of providing the spaces vertically. Suppose if you want the relative, absolute and relative value, which I already explained in one of my sessions, so you can go through that. Absolute is related with the exact value in terms of pixel, and relative is based upon the inherited value. So now if we are going to provide the relative value, we are going to change the unit from pixel to m. So let's do it. So here we will tell that we want relative value which is near about 0.3 m, so that whatever the value of the 14 pixel, and it will increase the size, that means 14 into 0.3, and whatever the value will come, so it will apply into the line height. So let's check into that. So see here it is very crampy code, you are not able to understand because it overlaps. So let's rectify it. So it is always better to provide 1.5, and whatever the value multiplied 14 into 1.5, so that is the line height. Save it. Let's jump into the browser. So now you will see here, so it has given us a perfect style, a perfect spacing for the line height. So this way you can manage the line height. So I hope you enjoyed this session where we have learned letter spacing, word spacing, as well as the line height. So on this note, I am stopping over here. See you in the next session. Till then, bye bye, take care.